So we know that these are the requirements for any change initiative, and yet we still see companies struggling to grow their SharePoint adoption. So we asked them to identify the areas where they were struggling, and we found several themes. And I'm sharing just a few of those common themes now, and you may recognize some of these, and you probably have some to add to this list. But let me just walk through. So the first theme is that people seem to think that somehow SharePoint is magic and that it will automatically solve collaboration or information management challenges that the company has. And usually that the challenge is around, hey, I can't find the information I need to be able to complete my work. But we know that it's really not magic. Another theme is that while project budgets are usually sized correctly, they can usually be predicted based on all of the experience that's out there in the market already. Companies don't seem to be prepared for that ongoing investment that's required to help support SharePoint and build adoption and nurture the community that develops around SharePoint. And because SharePoint is an ever-evolving platform, and if the vision is that more and more business gets conducted on SharePoint, by extension, you need the people who know how to manage the sites, provide permission, access, do configuration changes. Another theme that we've seen is focused on the balance between too much or too little governance. And one way or the other actually can stifle innovation. If your governance processes are too stringent and there's a pressing business need that calls for a technology solution, people will find a way to solve that need with or without SharePoint. So if you're standing in the way, you're being a hindrance, you're not helping. And if there's too little governance, then people might actually be developing capabilities that end up being developed over and over because nobody has visibility to what's being done. And either way, you risk losing the power of collaborative and incremental innovation. And then the final theme that I included is a little bit different from the other themes, but it seems to be no less prevalent or just as prevalent. And it stems from how people are used to storing documents. And I suspect that many of you are nodding your heads in agreement right now because this is one of the ones that just keeps coming up over and over. If you transition a shared drive's worth of content and just start accessing it using SharePoint as a front end, you lose a lot of the power of what SharePoint brings because it has such power in using it more like a database. And if you're looking for more collaborative behavior and different ways of thinking, allowing people to continue using the same behavior likely just perpetuates that behavior. You don't get the change that you're looking for.